Hey guys, it's nice to be here and welcome back to another reaction video. Today I'm going to be reacting to the Angry Video Game Nerd episode 15, Chronologically Confused About Sequel Titles. The very first AVGN episode not to talk about a specific game or an accessory. And the thumbnail literally shows him in front of like a chalkboard. Wait, does it? I'm sorry, I have to check. Yeah, it does. So this should be fun. Sequel titles can sometimes be really confusing. I wonder if they're going to talk about movies, because I could think of some movie series with sequel titles just out of whack. But as always, the original video link is in the description below. Make sure to subscribe to Cinemassacre for the amazing content that I've reacted to on the channel thus far, and for those more that I will be reacting to in the future, the days to come. But with all that said, let's get it on. This video contains harsh language to audiences only. Content expressed by their satirical image sound used for parody purposes. Ooh, a disclaimer? Oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. Every video game nerd is chronologically confused about bad movie and video game sequel titles. Also, aren't there's movies. Alright. Let's go. Look at all the math. Hey, there's Mario down there. There's a Triforce. It said Yo Mama.
Take you back to when Capcom's Street
Guile's
Fighter
theme
2 came out. I never heard of the first one, but hey, this is an awesome game. Can't wait for Street Fighter 3. Then comes Street Fighter 2, the Champion Edition.
Oh no,
cool.
It's all the Street Fighter 2 sequels. Right? I know about this.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Okay,
which is what everyone knows.
Can't wait for Street Fighter 3. Super Street Fighter 2.
Oh my god.
Cool.
I didn't know there was this many. I just thought there was
Super
Street Fighter 2
Fighter
Turbo.
2 Turbo. What the fuck? At first, I thought all these updates were kind of nice to hold you over, but how many times can you update the same fucking game? It's getting ridiculous. I'm not going to buy it again. Well, then finally comes Street Fighter Alpha.
Oh my god.
Street Fighter Alpha 2.
Oh my god.
That, I honestly lost track. There eventually was a Street Fighter 3, like 9 million versions of it, but there was also Street Fighter Zero, Street Fighter EX, EX2, and EX2 Plus. Not to mention, way back on the NES, there was Street Fighter 2010, and I couldn't tell you where that fits in.
Wonder how well that predicted the future.
Mega Man's another series.
Mega Man!
There's Mega Man 1 through 6 on the Nintendo, but then on the Super Nintendo, there's Mega Man X, which at the time I thought it meant Mega Man 10. But then came Mega Man X2 and X3.
And then we realized it was a whole series.
There was a Mega Man 7 on Super Nintendo after all. That's right. Two different series going on at the same time.
That's so weird.
On the PlayStation consoles,
X7,
Mega Man X4, X5,
we'll get to
X6, X7, and X8. There was even a Mega Man 8, a regular Mega Man on PlayStation. Now,
and then it was done in an 8-bit style.
9, it would come full circle. It doesn't end there either.
Yeah, this is before
Mega Man Battle Network
9, 10, and 11.
Mega Man 64. Did they really make it that far? No, that was just the Nintendo 64 stupid gimmick of putting 64 at the end of every fucking title. Another thing that really grinds my shit is when the Japanese and American releases of games differ. The results can also be pretty confusing. A good example was when
Lost Levels. Let's go.
Wasn't released in America till later.
Doki Panic.
But what we got in its place was a completely different version, though it was still called Super Mario Bros. 2.
Mario
and
Madness.
The Japanese one came later as the Lost Levels. The Final Fantasy series is a prime example. Not being a hardcore fan, I'll attempt to explain it to the best of my knowledge. From what I understand, Final Fantasy II, at the time of its Japanese release, wasn't released in the US. Neither was Final Fantasy III. But Final Fantasy IV came out here, and because we didn't have 2 or 3, it wouldn't have made sense to call it 4.
4 became 2.
They call it 2. Now, Final Fantasy V wasn't released here either. So, when 6 came out, that became 3.
But didn't we get Final Fantasy VII? And wasn't that called 7?
On the Super Nintendo. And I remember that after that, Squaresoft started releasing the next Final Fantasy games on PlayStation. Things changed, and now they weren't fucking with the titles anymore. So when Final Fantasy VII came out, they just called it Final Fantasy VII.
And then it got remaked, and it might be Game of the Year.
I wondered, what the fuck happened to 4, 5, and 6? But what I really should have been wondering, little did I know, what the fuck happened to 2, 3, and 5?
Exactly.
Once I figured that out, I was like, so there were other Final Fantasy games we didn't know about? I was playing 6 all along and not 3? What a bunch of fucking bullfuck.
Well said.
Now let's talk about movies.
Jaws and all this.
One of the things that really brings my piss to a boil is when there's a movie that has a whole bunch
Number
of
'em.
sequels, all conveniently numbered, but then they suddenly decide to
Stop numbering them.
Take Halloween, for example.
Ooh.
Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, Halloween 4, Halloween 5, Halloween The Curse of Michael Myers, Halloween H2O, and Halloween Resurrection.
What?
God.
Resurrection.
If they continue like this, years from now,
I never
future
seen
generations aren't going to know which order these films came in unless they do a little research first.
Seen the ending of one.
What I want to know is why was it okay to number the first 5, but not after that? Like they're embarrassed they made so many. Not to mention each one just sucks harder and harder. And if anything, the more fucking sequels there are, the more necessary it would be to just fucking number them. The Star Trek series
Star
did the same
Trek.
thing. Right now there's 10 of them. Star Trek 1 through 6 were all numbered. But when they stopped using the original cast from the show and started using the cast from Star Trek The Next Generation, they dropped the numbers from the films and called them Star Trek Generations, Star Trek First Contact,
what?
Star Trek Insurrection.
What does insurrection even mean? I don't know what that word means.
Fine, but where'd the fucking numbers go? If they couldn't call Star Trek Generations Star Trek 7, then why didn't they just call it Star Trek The Next Generation off the show?
Yeah.
Call the next one Star Trek The Next Generation 2.
See?
Start a new line of sequels.
That's the smart thing to do.
The original cast was in Star Trek Generations. So instead, they should have called it Star Trek 7 / The Next Generation Part 1.
William Shatner.
Most illogical.
Actually, never mind. Just fuck it. I've always praised the Rocky movies. What a perfect string of sequel titles. Rocky, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4, and Rocky 5.
Yeah.
No subtitles, all Roman numbers, consistent, perfect.
It is.
But they're gonna fuck it all up now by calling the new one Rocky Balboa. Seriously?
Yeah, that was a stupid decision.
Rocky Balboa?
Hi, my name is Rocky Balboa.
Why can't it be Rocky 6? Rocky Balboa sounds like it's the first one, but just adding his last name. And why have they made another one? Would they include his middle initial and then his date of birth? What a shitload of
credit card
What kind of
information.
stupid excuse for a title is this? Reveal
His
more
social
of the
security
character's
number.
name. It's like
I'm
making
gonna
a prequel of Forrest Gump and just calling it Forrest. Now with talk of Rambo 4 coming out, what are they
this
gonna
is
do?
when Rambo
Call
4
it
was
John
coming out.
Rambo?
Your worst nightmare.
And speaking of Rambo, that's a series that somehow completely changed its title. The first one was called First Blood.
Yeah?
That's it. First Blood. The
And then
second
First
one
Blood
was
Part
called
2.
Rambo.
And
First
then
Blood
Rambo
Part
3,
2.
wasn't it?
And then the third one was called Rambo
Yeah.
3. So what, they just forgot about First Blood?
Fuck them.
I'm pretty
The
sure
correct title
Rambo...
would be Rambo 2, First Blood Part 3.
I think Rambo 4 was just called
The
Rambo.
Alien series is also pretty fucked up.
Alien,
They start with
oh no.
Alien, then Aliens, which makes sense. First there was
I like
one
that
alien,
one.
and now there's many. The title's consistent with the plot, and it works. But then, they make a third one. Oh, gee, what are we going to call it? Can't be Alienses.
Yes, that would be
there's only one
awesome.
alien again, so let's just
It's
call
not
it
though,
Alien
but that'd be
3.
awesome.
That works. There's not really much else. they could
Aliens,
call it.
this is this.
But now you'd think it's time to start numbering the sequels from now on. You think? Or would that just be too traditional? Well, the next one's called Alien Resurrection.
Again, Resurrection.
At first, I thought it was a fucking joke. Apart from resurrection being one of the most overused words to be found in a sequel, there's no reason not to use the number 4. I mean, you numbered the last movie. Why can't you number this one? So what do you want to do? Do you want to number them or use cliche words? I don't care which, but make up your fucking minds.
These
Don't
aren't the
start
actual
numbering
titles, right?
sequels and then go back to not numbering.
Okay, no, that's not an
There's
actual
more than
title.
one alien again. So why isn't the title plural like in Aliens? What were they thinking?
It's not
The title of Bruce Lee's first major film was called The Big Boss.
All right.
But when they released it in the U.S., the American distributors, or whoever was responsible, decided to change the title to Fists of Fury.
That sounds pretty cool.
Well, that's just fine. But the next one happened to be called Fist of Fury. So,
No.
we fucked up. What are we going to call it here in the U.S.? We can't call it Fist of Fury because we changed the last one to Fists of Fury.
That's
call
so-
it the Chinese Connection.
What?
From now on, just call the movies whatever the fuck they're originally called.
Yeah,
Jackie
right.
Chan made a movie called Armor of God, and the sequel was called Armor of God 2, Operation Condor.
Why is the text
well,
so
when
blurry?
that came out in the U.S., there was a little difficulty. Armor of God wasn't out yet, so they decided to release the sequel here first and change the title to just Operation Condor. Well, after that, Armor of God actually did make an American release, and it was called Operation Condor 2, Armor of God, a complete reversal. Now let's talk about the zombie series. If you live in America and you're
I'm
trying
done.
to follow these movies, you'll find Zombie 1 through 6, but there's no Zombie 2.
There's no 2?
What the fuck? A movie series with a missing sequel? Well, here's the explanation.
What
It
happened?
started off with George Romero's Dawn of the Dead. Yes, that's right, the sequel to Night of the Living Dead. The European release of Dawn of the Dead was recut and the title was changed to Zombie. Then there was an Italian-made sequel called Zombie 2. Yes, that's right, a sequel to a sequel,
What?
which spawned another line of sequels.
I'm
Jeez.
so
Well, when
lost.
Zombie 2 came out in America, they couldn't call it Zombie 2 because there was no zombie. Calling it Dawn of the Dead 2 would have been wrong because it has nothing to do with Mr. Romero's original version, so they just called it Zombie instead. Yes, Zombie 2 is now Zombie. Not to be confused with the Italian version of Dawn of the Dead, which is also called Zombie.
What?
So, when Zombie 3 came out in America, they figured, okay, fuck it. It's only going to keep getting more confusing, so just fucking call it Zombie 3 like it is. But there's no Zombie 2. Fuck it, don't change the titles anymore. Now the UK, caught in between this mess, just decided to
there's
leave
more.
the title of
There's
Dawn
more.
of the Dead alone and change Zombie 2 to Zombie Flesh Eaters. Then Zombie 3 would be Zombie Flesh Eaters 2.
Oh
and
my
so on and
god.
so on. Speaking of movie series with missing titles, whatever happened to the Naked Gun movies? First off, why is the sequel called Naked Gun 2.5?
2.5?
What's half about it? After all, I assume they incorporated half the script from the third movie into it, and therefore
Why?
included half the next movie. I guess that makes sense, except for the fact that I never saw Naked Gun 3, or 4, or 5, or any of them up till Naked Gun 33 and a third. I mean, how the fuck did I miss that many sequels? I couldn't even find them anywhere. They aren't even listed in Leslie Nielsen's filmography, so I guess
Why
he
would they
wasn't in
put
those.
that as a
Somebody help me,
title?
I can't find them anywhere. Where's the other half of Naked Gun 3 and all the others up to 32? I can't fucking find them.
I don't
Where are they?
understand.
I think it's pretty impressive if they're all numbered, and that's got to be a record.
There's no way
for
there's
amount of
actually that.
sequels to
There's not that
come.
many movies,
But damn, that one just blows my mind.
even if there were.
Well, I gotta calm down now. So that's enough of my gripes.
Xbox
Thanks
Wii.
for listening to my rants, and good fucking night.
You know, I can say after watching that, I am definitely chronologically confused. Up in here. Wow. I honestly don't know what to say. 33 and a third. And they thought that was fine. Maybe I just got to do research on my own. I don't know. Oh my god, I'm gonna end this before my brain just implodes. If you guys liked what you saw, watch it down below. And if you liked what I reacted to what I saw, I don't know why I worded it like that, but make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share to spread the love around and join the crew today. My name is Nexfa. Stay safe, stay healthy, and if you're gonna number your movies and title them in a weird way, just do so in a way that makes just a little bit more sense than what you're trying to do, because you don't want one of these videos. I mean, I want one of these videos because that was good, but you know what I mean. And see you guys next time. I'm out.